Hello, and welcome to Animal Chiropractic Clinic Chatter, a podcast where Dr. O from All Creatures Every Spine interviews doctors and animal owners that utilize animal chiropractic to get their unique perspectives. Yes, it's really a thing. Dr. O utilizes his 30 years of experience as both an animal chiropractor and veterinarian, and to dig deep into the discussion of complex issues affecting the lives of your animal friends and companions. Join us for this educational episode. Thanks for joining us for this portion of the episode as Dr. O begins to answer the question, what is animal chiropractic? He will look at how the chiropractic adjustment is a valuable and viable treatment for what ails your animals.
What is animal chiropractic? It's removal of interference from the nervous system so that your animal's nervous system can help the body organs do everything in their power to live the most healthy, wealthy life that your animal can live. It's not a lameness treatment. It's not a GI treatment. You know, a lot of people say, oh, it's musculoskeletal problems. You know what? It's not even that. It works on all those things and it helps all those things. But it truly is a prevention, and it is the most powerful way to help your animal do the best that they can be, to live the healthiest life. I was talking to a client the other day, and she said her average life expectancy of her pets in the last 20 years since she's been using me has jumped from 12 to 17 years old. She's getting to spend an extra 5 years with her pets because of animal chiropractic. Wow, how amazing is that? You know, we lose them way too soon anyway, but if we can help them stick around. A chiropractic lifestyle with exercise, removal of nervous system interference, and proper diet is huge for our animals. And we're the ones that make that choice, not only for them, but for us in our lifetime. So animal chiropractic is just the most awesome tool. We see it used a lot as a last resort. We have 2 puppies we're working on right now. One's 9 months old. Never been able to housebreak it because he couldn't feel his butt. Well, now he's 9 months old. We got him feeling his butt. But, you know, it's going to be hard to housebreak a 9-month-old puppy because he's got habits. So if we had started seeing that puppy at birth, it would have been huge. We're working on a 5-week-old puppy with a bum leg. You know, in 5 weeks already, those muscles have started to atrophy and tighten up. So we're having to deal with getting rid of those that muscle, problems that this puppy has developed in 5 weeks. If we had seen that puppy at birth, what would have happened? I feel like I must tell everybody about animal chiropractic. My autistic son was 13 when he got his first adjustment. And I look back and I go, why? Why didn't somebody tell me to get my son adjusted? When he had his first seizure, when we first realized he was autistic, nobody ever stood up for the principles of chiropractic and said, hey, get him adjusted. 37 years he tried to cope but had trouble. Would an adjustment at birth have helped him? The guy the founder of modern chiropractic, D.D. Palmer, and the proponent, the guy that really brought it to the world, B.J. Palmer, said we could clear the sanitariums and prisons if we got everybody adjusted on a regular basis. And I truly believe that. So my way of getting chiropractic into the population, into the world, is through animal chiropractic. And I truly believe that is the purpose of animal chiropractic, to bring health and wellness to the world, one atlas at a time. Remember, body heals one way only, above, down, inside out. Thanks for tuning in and listen to Who is Animal Chiropractic.
Make sure to visit our website, allcreatureseveryspine.com, where you can subscribe to the show and learn more about getting your animals adjusted. If you are in the Meridian, Texas area, drop in on a Tuesday afternoon to get your animals adjusted. If that isn't possible, schedule a consultation on your animal's health with Dr. O. You can also purchase a copy of Dr. O's book. Yes, it's really a thing.
Helping others experience an abundant life with the gift, art, and blessing that is animal chiropractic is our sole mission at All Creatures Every Spine. It's what we do. It's what we love. It truly is what keeps us motivated to help people just like you. I truly love the art of chiropractic. It drives me to provide the highest level of chiropractic possible. And as fellow chiropractic business owners, it's that love that drives us to become better. However, the reality is that sometimes running a successful business can be challenging. Sometimes there can be obstacles to overcome. We all know the old saying, if it were easy, everyone would do it. Well, one thing that is really easy is marketing our clinic with a professional animal chiropractic website by the Chiro Website Pro, Tony Seymour. He's a professional web designer, and his team at Chiro Website Pro take good care of us. They simply make marketing our practice 100% hassle-free. If you're looking for the #1 hands-free way to market your practice, give the Chiro Website Pro a call at 423-779-4630 or simply visit www.chirowebsitepro.com and make sure you ask them about the special ACES discount and let them know Dr. Amy and Dr. O sent you. You'll be glad.
Standard Process is a third-generation family-owned company in rural Wisconsin. You could say we just make nutritional supplements, but we know we're changing lives. We grow ingredients on our own certified organic farm without pesticides or herbicides because we think they should be as close to nature as possible. Quality is our priority. That's why we do everything right here, from hand-picking the seeds to delivery, so you know exactly what goes into every bottle.
Join us as Dr. O interviews a certified chiropractor, veterinarian, or an animal owner. These enthusiastic people explain how they utilize animal chiropractic to alter the lives of the animals in their communities.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Who is Animal Chiropractic? I'm your host, Dr. O, sometimes called the godfather of animal chiropractic recently, and I'm okay with that. And I'm here with Dr. Ashlee Page, and she's going to start off by telling us a little bit about her practice.
Hey there, Dr. Ashlee Page here. I am a veterinarian that is also an animal chiropractor, educated at ACES, and my practice is Creekside Veterinary Clinic and Chiropractic. We're located in Tompkinsville, Kentucky, which is right on the Tennessee border. So I serve clients both in South Central Kentucky and Northern Middle Tennessee as well.
All right. What percentage of your practice is animal chiropractic?
About 10% right now, but that's still growing.
About 10% and growing. And how long have you been doing animal chiropractic?
11 months.
11 months, not even a year, and it's over 10%. Cool.
Yep.
All right. So not a long time yet, but still, what's your biggest win with animal chiropractic?
Oh, it's hard to pinpoint just one win, but I think my biggest win is changing my patients' lives for the better without all the drugs and surgery that was indoctrinated in me in vet school.
Cool. What's that meant for you, both as a business and your personal life?
So as a business, that has allowed me to change my cash flow in a positive way, to where we've actually been able to add on a couple more staff members to make my life as a doctor a little easier.
All right.
And from a personal standpoint, we're expecting our first child in December. So that's a kind of a huge win on a personal level.
All right. All right. So you're spending more time at home? More time?
Yes. Less stress too.
Less stress, more time at home. Yes, obviously. Yeah, cool. So I'm sure the other family members aren't opposed to that at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah, they get to see you more often, and yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So what about any particular, what's the biggest surprise that you've had with animal chiropractic?
I guess going into it, I just didn't understand how quick of an impact an adjustment can have on an animal. Seconds can make a difference. It is really what you guys taught us as far as no animal should die without an adjustment. I'll tell a little story quick. I had a client call me about a week and a half ago about their 14-year-old golden retriever. Woke up that morning, couldn't stand up, couldn't get off the porch, just couldn't do anything, was laying in its own mess, and they thought they were going to have to euthanize it that day. They just didn't want to see it suffer. So I went and evaluated this old golden retriever, and before I did anything, I adjusted her.
Do you have before videos and after videos?
And I don't. I have before pictures, but I don't have before videos.
All right. But you have after videos.
But the after video is actually her. I pulled in the driveway and she was on the front porch instead of the back porch, jumped off the front porch and ran down the driveway to meet me. Yeah. So just huge impact on patients. And like I say, no patient should die without the benefits of an adjustment.
All right. Yes, 100% true. And now you have a client for life, even after this dog goes, because eventually she will.
Yep.
I did one of these interviews with a client that had been a client for over 20 years. And we talked for a while, and she said, Dr. O, I have a bone to pick with you. I said, okay. I'm ready. And she said, well, before when I first met you, she said, I always had 4 to 5 dogs. And now I have 8 or 9 all the time. And I'm like, well, how can that be my fault? She said, well, here's the deal. I always have 1 or 2 dogs in training. She competes at a very high level in agility. So she's always got 1 or 2 dogs in that are pre-training. Then she's got 1 or 2 dogs that are like just starting their training. And then like 1 dog that she's competing with. So 5 dogs. And then the retired dog, and the retired dog usually didn't stick around very long. She said, I now have 4 retired dogs in my house.
Yep.
She says, instead of my dogs dying at 10 or 11, she said, the average age of my dogs since I've started meeting you when they die is over 17.
Yep.
So she said, yeah, you make my dogs stick around longer. Oh, well, such is life, right?
Exactly.
And drug free. They're
Exactly.
not, she's not using any drugs. So that's the cool part. So I can handle that beef, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you
I
do
think
a lot
that's
of
a good problem to have.
Yeah. You do a lot of food animals, right? People know that they get their horses adjusted.
Yes, I do.
People know that they get their dogs adjusted. But talk to me about how you're incorporating a little food animal now and then. Some of the non-traditional. Oh, and we're in a thunderstorm, so.
Yeah. So some of the non-traditionals that I've worked on, I've had a few sheep for one of my very large sheep farms here in the area that have basically breeding injuries. They've been mounted by the ram and end up weak in the back end and or down in the back end. And we've adjusted them and got them back doing well without any medication. Little stall rest, little barn time, few adjustments, got them turned around. And then we've had a few sick animals that we've been able to use animal chiropractic to allow them to heal themselves rather than throwing antibiotics into their system or other things that, are going to taint the meat or, affect production long term. And it's made a world of difference. I've also done a few show animals, a couple show cows, and I don't think of anything other interesting that we've done recently.
Yeah. And those sheep that the breeding injuries, are they pregnant? Did they get pregnant? Do you know?
Some of them, no.
Well, okay. Because my thing
From
was
that
always
service, no.
when they
After the adjustment,
so they're pregnant now. Well, if you'd have done cortisone, they probably wouldn't have got pregnant for a while.
Exactly.
And then maybe lost this season. So that really messes things up.
It's definitely a hurt on economics for the farmer.
Yeah. One open thing is definitely a huge deal. So yeah, it makes a huge difference. So if you were able, because this is your chance, to tell your clients, all the clients, the ones that don't know about chiropractic, all the animal owners in your area, what they should know about animal chiropractic, what is it?
Animal chiropractic isn't just a solution to whatever problem you think your animal is currently having, whether that's a dog, cat, sheep, goat, cow, horse. It is a preventative medicine solution to keep your animals healthy. It should become a normal part of your animal's routine to be adjusted on a regular basis because it's going to help them live a long, productive, and healthy life, whether that's as your companion or as a source of revenue for your farm.
Cool. All right. What about all your classmates you went to school with What would you tell them about animal chiropractic? Why should they look into it?
Yeah, so when I started animal chiropractic, in my head, it was just going to be this other tool in my toolbox. It's not just another tool, it is the tool. If you don't have animal chiropractic, nothing else matters. It really doesn't. And it's a complete mindset change, but it's something that you need to understand as a veterinarian, that you can make such a larger impact on that patient with just your hands than with all the needles and syringes and scalpels in the world.
Yeah. Now there's still a time for surgery.
Correct.
And there's still a time for drugs, and I wouldn't, and I would be the last one to argue that with you, but it's huge. I am 100% sure, my story is that my 27-year-old son got hit by a drunk driver, was given a 1% chance of life. He needed surgery. He needed surgery to remove the pressure on his brain. He needed drugs to keep him pain-free enough that he could heal. But he also needed the chiropractic adjustment to restore normal neurology so that he could heal. Right. He's with us 7 years later after given a 1% chance of life. And it took all three.
Exactly.
Plus a lot of the fourth arm of that, a lot of prayer. But, anyway, all four of those. And without any one of those things, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be here today. So, yeah, he got adjusted every day. And it's not that you need to get adjusted.
Yeah, and I would...
Oh, we got a bad connection. You're locked up. Oh, there you're back. We'll have to make sure that he cuts that. So let's just... All right. Cut before Dr.
Restart.
Yeah. All right. All right. So anyway, we were talking about, how your where would you recommend they go to school? Why did you pick ACEs first?
So my reasoning for picking ACEs, and I did research on all the schools that are currently offering animal chiropractic. And for me, the flexibility of when you all offer labs, how quick that I could get my schooling done, and the return on investment was huge for me, as well as the way you guys structured the program to allow us to learn and what for me works the best. So what that looks like for me is I was doing all of my online classwork in between patients, nights, weekends, and then I started July 14th of last year. I attended my first lab the first weekend of August. That was 2 weeks. And so I did 40 hours of coursework in 2 weeks because I knew within the first couple courses with you all that this is something that I had to pursue and pursue quickly.
And then you got certified. So there is still time to get started and get certified this year. Because it's only June 7th. Sign up today and you get a whole month ahead. Head start on Dr. Page. Cool.
Yeah. Yep.
So we talked about that, but aren't we the most expensive class out there? You were talking about return on your investment. I guess
in some ways. If you look at the initial sticker price shock, yes, you may be the most expensive. But when you look at travel time, time away from the practice, all of those things, it was about a wash across the board. And then when you look at the tools that you guys put into our hands from a practice standpoint and setting up your animal chiropractic practice, it was invaluable. I've already paid off school and I'm less than a year out. The return on investment is so huge that everything from here on is net profit. It's I don't have an overhead to pay towards school at this point. It's all paying my staff, paying myself, and paying it forward.
Wow. All right. Cool. And just so you know, one of your classmates is here that, just
Yes.
recently started. So we're excited to meet her and appreciate the referral.
You're very welcome. Glad to.
Yeah, it's always great to have it. So let's see, what else? So is there any other, you told us about a dog. What about any big horses or any stories about a horse or a cow or anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, so I think the biggest couple horse cases for me that stand out is, a lot of owners know what Possum's disease is, and that's a neurologic condition that a parasite affects their spinal column. And I see a lot of that in my area. We have a lot of possums in this region, and we often see this progressive hind limb ataxia, these patients and the horses that get very dangerous to be around. And I actually had one this fall, and I had another one yesterday that when you evaluate, the one last fall, in fact, was so dangerous to be around that in between stumbles is how I adjusted the atlas, because this horse could barely stand. Within 5 minutes of that adjustment, this horse could walk again. After 3 adjustments, this horse had very little neurologic effects, to where if you didn't know there was something wrong, you couldn't see it. Within a month, you can see 0 neurologic issues with this horse with no medication.
And if we treated it with medication, so I'm just going to play the devil's advocate. If we'd have treated him with medication, wouldn't he have been good anyway?
Yeah, so a lot of times they do get better, but the medication also makes them more neurologic.
And how much is the medication?
That's one of the side effects of the medication.
Yeah, how much does the medication usually cost a month?
The brand name medication runs about $1,200 if you can get it a month. If you get it compounded, you're still looking at anywhere from $300 to $500.
What's 3 adjustments cost?
$300.
Okay. You sold me.
So the horse that we worked on yesterday was not as severe of a case, but definitely had the asymmetrical ataxia that's very typical presentation. And of course, we can test and send blood work for confirmation that we do have titers, but most animals have titers of some degree to EPM, Possum's disease. So that doesn't always tell us much unless we do serial titers. So in this case, we adjusted, and we'll be back probably the first of next week to do another adjustment.
If somebody's really adamant about the medication, I'm pretty sure, I will have them do a titer. For the simple reason that if it's negative, which about half the horses in Texas are negative, about half the horses down here are negative. So if we test them and they're negative, it ain't going to work, the medicine.
Exactly.
So,
And I did send a titer off on this horse. The owner is a medical professional, and he wanted to know. And that gives us, a yes or no, is this an issue? But I told him up front, regardless, an adjustment's going to help. It's neurologic. It's going to help.
You bet. I love the more information we can have. And in fact, just so you have a story for everybody out there, this is one of the things you get as a student at ACES. One of the students this weekend, well, 2 of them, because one dog's here, But one of the students this weekend will be assigned a puppy that is 5 weeks old. I saw it on Tuesday, adjusted his first time, and he got a little better, but not good enough, and the co-owner wanted diagnostics done. I got a text message 2.5 hours ago that said, here's the x-rays on the sedated puppy. It's congenital. They're going to put the dog to sleep at 4:30.
It's sad.
It will be dropped off here at 6 tonight. So it will get chiropractically adjusted every day for the next 4 days. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And I said, she goes, well, I don't want to get any false hope. What, you know? I said, well, you can always put the dog to sleep Monday.
Exactly.
You know? Oh, I don't want it to be in pain. Well, it's not in pain. It's eating, it's drinking, it's peeing, it's pooping. It doesn't whine. You know, it has some issues because it can't play with its litter mates, but it's not pain because when you take it away from the litter mates, he's fine. But everybody else is playing and running, and he can't move keep up with everybody, so he whines a little bit. And they were thinking, oh, he's in pain when he's whining like that. No, he's frustrated.
No.
You know, it's just like the kid in the wheelchair. All the other kids are playing at recess, and I got to sit in here and watch it. You know, doesn't mean he's in pain. Well, he is in pain emotionally, you know.
Yeah.
Then somebody takes him out so he can play with the other kids, and everybody's happy. So,
Exactly.
anyway, so it'll be a fun weekend, you know, like always. We had a dog last weekend that couldn't feel his rectum, so they were unable to potty train him. He got adjusted 4 times over the weekend by students. These aren't by people that have been doing animal chiropractic for 22 years.
No.
You know, oh, Dr. O, you get such good results because you've been doing this for 22 years. No, we get the results with students adjusting, with Ashlee adjusting. You've only been doing it for 10 months. You know, look at the results you're getting at 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, when you get to be doing it 22 years, look out what you're going to be doing, baby. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it still amazes me sometimes, just the power in an adjustment and the power in my hands to help an animal. I think that's the awe factor.
Yeah, it's amazing. And we forget. And I had a lady tell me the other day, I was at my chiropractor's office. And she goes, and I walked in with my shirt on, and she goes, oh, you're the one that made my sister's dog walk. And I was like, part of me wanted to say yes. But then I said, no, it's not me. It's chiropractic. It's chiropractic. Yeah. Just like why you're here to see the chiropractor, because you know that the body heals above, down, inside out. And without interference, it does a whole lot better. And if we can stay out of the nervous system's way, then nature is amazing. I mean, and anybody that doubts that, go for a drive in the countryside, right? I mean, it's truly amazing. You know, we just had a rainstorm. That's why the internet was a little iffy. Now we got now we have a rainbow out there. You know, I'm sorry. That's amazing stuff. Why would we get in the way of it? You know, we're born with, you know, you're pregnant. That fetus has all the knowledge it needs to be born healthy, wealthy, and wise. Our goal as parents and doctors is to stay out of his way.
Exactly.
and help send it down the right path. You know, we can guide it.
Yep.
But man, we got to stay out of their way.
Guide it and keep the interference away and just watch what it can do.
Yep. Watch what happens, because it's amazing. It's truly amazing. The body's ability to heal. You know, we've got a hit by car dog coming that had three pelvic fractures. And they brought me the x-rays, and I noticed that the last lumbar and was sitting on the sacrum. There should be a little space in there for the uninformed people that are listening. There should be a little space on the x-ray that shows the disc. There should be space between the vertebrae. There was nothing. It was bone on bone. Well, the orthopedic surgeon wanted to spend $10,000 and fix the 3 pelvic fractures, which none of them were in a joint. Okay. But nothing to do. Oh, and we're going to fix these, and it still might not have any feeling. Right. So they asked me what I thought. I said, well, I think the bones will heal on their own. They don't hurt. The dog isn't experiencing any pain whatsoever because he can't feel his whole back end. So that tells me that we might even get into complications with the surgical sites because he can't feel them. So he won't know that he's scraping them or bumping them or anything like that. So we started adjusting him, put him in a cart, and the dog is starting to move his legs now.
It's amazing.
Very weak in the back end, but it's been probably about 3 months. So we're going to go ahead, and he's coming in this weekend for students to work on again. And they're going to bring the cart, and we're going to lower the wheels a little bit on the cart and see if we can't get him to bear weight in the back end. And, because we've had him high enough in the back end that his legs were not dragging. They were suspended so that the front end could get stronger. He also gained about 20 pounds. He's about a 65-pound dog, and he's gained about 20 pounds because we've got him on a good diet. So he was, he was malnourished, hit by a car, couldn't feel his butt. What kind of a surgical candidate is that?
Not a good one.
No, because he doesn't have any of the things that require for healing. So now, though, what's happening? His body is doing amazing things. And we did adjust the lumbar sacral junction to try to get those apart, to allow the nerves a chance to see if they could heal. I didn't heal those nerves. The students that adjusted him didn't heal those nerves. The body did. Yeah. Yep. All we can do is give it the tools. So, all right. Anyway, it's telling me that we're about up. So, any last minute words of wisdom for anybody that's out there watching?
Yeah, so this is for all of the current ACES students. If you have not applied for the scholarship for Basecamp Pro, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? So I was last year's scholarship recipient for Basecamp Pro, which is a weekend designed to help propel you in your animal chiropractic practice forward and make you successful. For those that are already certified animal chiropractors, it's a great CE weekend, whether you attend virtually or in person, but I highly recommend in person, because beyond just the lectures that you experience and the workshops that you experience, the time spent with other chiropractors and animal chiropractors is a whole different perspective and an amazing weekend. You'll learn more outside of the classroom than you do in the classroom. So attend in person. But like I said, if you are a current ACES student and have not applied, get that application in. Okay.
Another thing, just so you know, you said something in there that reminded me. At the AVCA convention this year, we have a pre-convention special. It's a couple $100 for the afternoon and evening. It includes Peter Kevorkian as a motivational speaker. 2 hours. Unlimited questions with Peter. How was he?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
All right.
The only thing that I didn't get done with Peter that I should have, and I found this out later from my personal chiropractor, he should have adjusted me because apparently it's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yep. All right. So, yes, But he is after a meal at the 5-star chef, table 13. That's included. No drinks, but all your food is included in the $200 price tag. And we're going to go eat after we fly together at iFly. Indoor paradiving. And there's going to be videos on the website. Dr. Amy and I am scared of heights. I don't do 12-foot ladders very well, okay? And I'm flying and having a ball. So if you're coming to the AVCA convention next year, come a day early. Join us for How High Will You Go?
Awesome.
All right. But there's base camp. We've always got stuff going on out there. So just keep checking the website. Check the student group. You know, we want everyone to be a successful animal chiropractor. So everybody out there that's listening, remember, healing comes above, down, inside out. There's no other way. Keep your atlas adjusted. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you are or know a veterinarian or chiropractor, or a student of either of these professions, visit our website, Animal Chiropractic Education Source, to see how to become certified in animal chiropractic. Start improving the lives of the animals around you. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the ACES channels so that you never miss an exciting episode.